Hi, so this case study is all about an experience when we were working with one of the category which is on e-commerce app, whatever you call it. It's a category when they reached out to us. They were having some problem. So when we saw the reason is that the first it was an initial stage. The only good part we were called in at the very initial stage. The app was not in the right shape. We realized one thing is that very hurriedly the product was built and there was no deep research in terms of customers. There was no deep understanding of the customer journey which was considered. So the apps design, the UX design, the UX fitment, the positioning was also not clear because there was more like Me Too type of category in the ecosystems. So what happens, which I see here, mostly the CXOs or CEO who come from different background. When they jump into a startup mode or when they jump to build a product, they are focusing too much into the product and less into understanding of for whom the product is made. If you're not sure about who is going to buy my product, what he is value, what he perceived us, right? If this clarity, product fitment, what I mean to say is that if the product fitment, market fitment, price fitment, if we are not into deeper into this and we jump into making a category into an electronic or a digital product, the failure is bound to happen. What happens in this lieu of this decision? So when there is no, there's less of patience, zero patience, I will say. The root cause is that. So the root cause, if I tell you, is the zero patience, which caused to make everything in a very hurried manner, which caused not taking customer deeper research across India, taking a smaller sample which may not give you represent the right amount of customers or user journey which your product will deliver or service, and henceforth you take a shortcut route to first immediately build a product. You can definitely make a product when you're not launching, and without doing all these things, launching was done in a different part of India, and obviously the failure happened faster than they could imagine, because the product pricing, the product feasibility was questioned by the users, right? So these are issues what we saw in the consulting mode is that don't get into the product first, understand the pain first. The bigger is the pain, user is willing to pay more than the bigger the pain is. In the sense, if your product is not able to solve, definitely many products solves problem, but if the problem is not that great, or if the problem is not that really painful, the bigger is the pain, the user will pay similar on the similar math. So this is one what we saw. Another thing is that whimsical approach of mostly CXOs think this is the problem I have been going through. I think this is the problem. So there's nothing wrong in it, but validation of this problem, bigger level of depthness of this problem. To that problem have also subcategories which you can also consider while building the product is something what has to be considered. And as a result, when we get into the consulting mode, we see the root cause has started before the product concept was done. And to what happens because of this too much less patience or too much quick ROI, what I can say, quick just to get revenue or money coming faster. The quick decision and the very fast decision kills the entire ecosystem of the process, and everything is in a compromise. I will say it was not right. It was so that's the failure. The reason of these failures are this, and this is also a pattern. I think mostly CXO CEOs jumping into gun, not validating data, and research is very important part. Research is not what you think. What research is what when you see a larger chunk of data, when you understand the pattern, when you actually make a dummy over the product, you do a research, and with that research you get the feedback, and then you make the final product. That will be faster because everybody thinks I have a problem, and this problem can be converted into money. There's nothing wrong, but if the value or the amount of level of pain is not greater, no one is going to buy you. So I hope it helps you. So don't do these mistakes. It will help you to take your product further. I hope this is going to benefit all the young startups or whoever wants to get into business. Research, and research. Validify each single step. and then see market fitment, pricing fitment, customer fitment, and based on that you take a call. And obviously marketing comes at a very later stage, right? Building the product, validation becomes, so if you spend more time into on the product validation, or because more validation happens, more criticism you get, more feedback you get, you will make your product much more sharper. And that's the root cause for having the product for a long time. That's my view. I hope it helps you. Thank you.